welcome back to Garth Loves Travel. So here I am in Falun, and I am about to go see the Falun copper mines because I hear this is responsible for this Swedish red color that is used all around Sweden, as well as making some of the best copper in the world. So I am running because I am trying to catch it, and I'm killing two birds with one stone, as you've seen in the last video when I was over Carl Larsson's garden. So now I'm gonna go and check out the copper mines. There's like a cafe over there that you guys can come to. Down there is the entrance to get in here, and there's signs as you know, there's a bookshop, there's a restaurant, there's a museum as well. Like you can go inside and you can get a tour and they can show you everything. And there you get the information, and you get it's a boutique as well, but they're closed now, so I can't go in there. As you can see, there's a cafe over there which is also they're closing up. Guys, you don't understand, like seriously, look at my face. You guys don't understand how cool this stuff is for me to do, you know, because like I worked like for so long in my life, you know, and you know, like, you know, office jobs every day, like, you know, not being able to go out there and explore the world as much as I want to. But you know, now I'm in a position where I'm able to do these things and enjoy my life. So this is super exciting. I can't even tell you the feeling that's inside of me right now, and I haven't even showed you what's behind me, but I want to show you a little bit of this. So yeah, so this is like super cool. So there's the museum, but again, it's closed. But you know, I just came here to do this, guys, because I don't know when I'll be on this side of town again. So I just wanted to come here and get all this done, and also for myself. And there's another cool church that I really want to go to because it has a history. So I want to get it all in this video. Here, as you can see, this was like where the train would come in and, you know, load up with copper, and they would take it out, I guess, to somewhere else. There's some like old structures over there. I'm sure there's, you know, a lot of literature about this place. For all my American people who are watching this, this mine was responsible for the color that you see on Swedish houses, this historic color in Swedish buildings, which is called rödkula or something to that effect. And oh wow, you could smell the copper. You can literally smell the copper. So I'll give you a really cool story about this place. So there's this myth, but I just met a gentleman who said his father was a miner in this very mine. And so when you see, if you look down there, you can see these old tractors. What happened was, so there's days where the guys who worked on the copper mine would take, you know, like they would work through every holiday. Let's just make a long story short. So basically, the story goes, you know, they would work through Christmas, all of this stuff, you know, because it's a copper mine. So there's one holiday, I forgot which one it was. You guys can comment below. They just decided, okay, we're going to close the mine for this day. You guys are going to have the day. Oh, look how cool that is with like how the cloud is. You're going to have this day off, you know, for yourselves, right? That day they took off, the mine collapsed. And that's why you see those tractors down there still. That's from that day. The mine collapsed, and that was the only day, guys. Just listen to the story. That was the only day that they took off, because it would take hell or high water for them to take the day off. And that was the day they took off, and the mine collapsed. So there's a story that he said his father told a story that there's well, I'm gonna say use the word myth, but that there is a mine goddess or something to that effect, a woman or a spirit who watches over the mine, which is a woman. So they said that, you know, he said his father said he saw this woman, his dad saw this woman, you know, or this spirit. And his dad swears by it, saying that it is real, and they believe that this spirit held the mine up, you know, all that time that they were working, and this day that they decided, okay, we're going to take off, the spirit, released the mind. So the mind collapsed. Not that the spirit was responsible. The spirit helped them, and then the day they decide to take off is when the spirit allowed the mind to collapse. So that's a story about that. So you can see, the track or the road where the tractors and the trucks would come down, and down there you can see the little hole where they went into the mine. And I wish you guys could be here right now because this is so surreal. I mean, the smell of it, it's like absolutely, and I wish it was open because I really wanted to purchase some copper. Here's another observation post over here. So I wouldn't recommend anyone to jump this fence and try to go down there. So here you can see, guys, I'm up at the larger observation deck of the mine. And there you have it. I'm really happy that I was able to come here while I was here to get this done because so many people told me so much about it and that I should come and see it. So now I finally came and I saw it. So up there is the same like here. It tells you the different kind of species that are here. I mean, absolutely beautiful, guys. Over there, as you see where those people are walking, it's some more buildings as far as copper mining is concerned, and also some signs explaining actually what these things and the purposes were for them. Here's a statue of Helge Zanden. Okay, guys, if you guys know much about him, you can easily just drop a comment below. Let's see. So there's a old school train of how I guess they would fill it up with copper and take it to, around Sweden, I suppose, to whatever destinations they needed to go. So, so there's a mine walk down to the pit, or around a walk around the Great Pit. So you guys can pause that and see. So they told me that, it was possible to do that. But, again, guys, as you saw in my previous vlog, I was, there was so much to see on the way here. And then Carl Larson's house, that tour, guys, listen, as I've said before, I was first saying I was underwhelmed. And then after going to, doing the tour inside Carl Larson's house, if you guys haven't been there, I am telling you, you will not waste your money and you will not waste your time if you go there and do a tour and go inside. I am glad I wasn't able to record in there because I think it's I think you guys need to go there. You really need to go there. In the last video, I brought you this church which is made out of wood, and he told me, oh, there's another church here that's made out of wood. And I think someone else commented something that they thought it was their church. I don't know if this is the church you're talking about. So there's two churches that are very rare, that they're made out of wood, and the story about this church is very intriguing. So he said it's about 20 minutes from here. So I'm trying to catch the sunlight, as you can see. I'm trying to stay with it because the clouds are taking over. So I am headed that way now. Here it is, guys. So this is a part, I think you can, I don't know, yeah, you can buy this here. It's such a shame that they're closed, but I'll come here again at some point in the future, where you can this is the color, the Swedish red color. It should say it on the side, Falu Rad. You guys are gonna laugh at me. But yeah, so there's the color there that you can purchase, which, is on pretty much a lot of, you see it there on the buildings, the Swedish houses and things like that. So there is the Falu Gruva. So guys, you just saw the journey that it took to get over here. I swear, this is like literally, I'm in another town. I feel like I've driven the whole like some of like the whole north of Sweden already. So I'm in a town called Enviken, and as you just saw, me driving up to this place, someone told me about this church which is called Envikens Kyrka. Now on the way up to this church, guys, there was so much, I mean, you know, sorry to say, my wet dream is Swedish history, you know, especially those red houses, those I call them gingerbread houses, you know, from the past. And this is the farthest I've been on this side, like, you know, further than Falun and keep going up. So like there was so much of that around me. I mean, like, look guys, like, you know, you just saw where I went from the copper mine, you know, and like this is nothing. Like what I passed down there, like guys, there's so much. I mean, look over there, like these red gingerbread style beautiful houses, and not like just new ones but old classic ones. Like, I mean, it was amazing. When you pass, I don't even know the towns, but once you come like out of Falun and you keep coming up, like there is, I mean, I can imagine that a lot of wealth is still retained here because of the copper mines and the history, because the houses that I saw, like, I mean, there were like, yes, Stockholm, there's big houses there too, but these I'm talking are like old school, massive, like, you know, double pane windows with like, you know, they back in the day they used to dry flowers and weeds and put them in between the double pane windows to like insulate it, but it's also beautiful because it was like dried flowers, and a lot of that was on these houses. I can't speak today. I don't know what it is, you know, so maybe it's my excitement. I mean, it was so beautiful. So this is called Enviken's Old Church. There's nothing about the history of the church as of yet, but I am about to so the guy who told me about this place told me that this is one of Sweden's oldest churches, and the church is so old and it's protected by the Swedish, you know, I don't know, building society or whatever you want to call it, or Envikens Building Society. It's like a national landmark. So basically they're not allowed to have electricity in the church. That's how old it is. So that little building there has electricity in it. So when there's people in the church, they have to take a cord from there and bring it into church. And it's such a shame, guys, that we are not able to get inside to see, you know, because it's actually, and it's made out of wood. So this church, from the history of it, was quote unquote an illegal church. So basically what the story was, whoever or the parishioners or people who wanted to build it, I think if I have the story correct, anyone watching this, please comment below. They tried to get permission to build it. They were told no, or they couldn't build it in, I think, in another style or something like that. So they decided, okay, we're still going to build it, but we're going to make it out of wood. I think it was a way of them getting away with building it or something to that effect. So they built it. So here it is in all its splendor. And aside from the other church I showed you guys in Lugensburg, this is the second church that I've ever been to that's made out of wood. It's all original. There's no remake. This is how it was, and this is how it still is. And you're not allowed to change anything on this church. It has to stay that way. It's a real shame, guys, that we're not able to go inside. But I can do my best with, I mean, look at the roof. Let me just stop there. Like, you can tell this is something that, you know, it's the same way it is now as it was when it was built. I mean, if you look at the roof and how, you know, the shingles are like old, like there's no renovation, there's nothing like that. You look at the tower up there. I mean, this thing is beautiful. There's not many graves in here, actually. There's probably just a few. I guess, you know, maybe the people who made it. I will try and see if I can find any information about it as to, you know, when it was built and all the things that I've told you, some correct information. If there's anything available online. Wow, that's such a beautiful view. So let's go around. I mean, yeah. I am way up, guys. Now I think, I don't even know, maybe I'm 6 hours from Stockholm, you know, because it took a little, you saw on the drive, it took a little bit to get up here. Just to give you guys another view from this side. Let's try and see. Well, that looks like a modern desk for someone. And I love stone walls. This is something like on my future forever home, like where I'm going to live forever. I want stone walls, something like this, or that Swedish style fence with the sticks that go slanted, like, you know, I think you guys should know what I'm talking about. The windows are pretty high, actually. Yeah, there's the building that houses the electricity. What does it say up there? Because it's hard for me. I can't see anything in the windows. I don't know what that says there. Menim Indig. It's hard for me to read. You can see those column beams up there. That's old. I mean, let me just take you guys. And this, again, is the Swedish color. The Falun red. Look how beautiful that is. Copper. You can see it's like, oh guys, look at my hand. Well, I guess I got some of it to take home. I'm trying to get a good angle so you guys can see. Look, the paint came off on my hand. Now you know that's vintage. I'm gonna end this video here. I wanted to make these stops to the copper mine, and I also wanted to come to this church because as far as I know, this is the second wooden church. I think they're very rare, and this one goes down in Swedish history as one of the rarest because it is protected from the time it was built until now, and the story about it is absolutely amazing. So I will try and research, and I will put all that in the description below. So guys, listen, please hit the like button. It's going to take me another 6 hours to get home, so please at least hit the like button for me. Leave a comment. It's your way of showing me that you appreciate what I do, and even one comment gives me more motivation to keep going. But thank you so much. I wish you all the best. Thank you for taking this second or this other journey with me. Peace, love, joy, and happiness.